Hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today I bring you two games in my AMX 50B. These are not going to be anything epic, they're just going to be regular games, and I figured that in many cases I have a lot of good steady games, but not really anything spectacular per se. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to present two games of the same tank to you guys, so the videos are not going to get too extensive yet. You're going to get an idea as to how I'm playing certain tank. But before we get to the replays, one announcement. As you probably already heard on Clone Guy 72's channel, I've decided to partner with Clone Guy and Got a Dinghy to create exposure to our channels, and Clone Guy has suggested that we do something like this to gain a little bit more exposure. Not only that, but also to create a platform where we could play together. Maybe at some point we'll organize a night here and there of platooning. I'm not sure if I'll be able to live stream with these guys, but if not, then at least at some point we'll be able to post some platoon play of us playing together. I'm extremely excited about that. Clone Guy is an excellent player, and if you go on Dinghy's channel, he seems like an incredible player as well. So I'm very excited about this opportunity, and with that I would like to give shoutouts to both Clone Guy 72 and Got a Dinghy. You will be able to find links to their channels in the description section below. So I encourage you, go to their channels, check out their content, leave a like, subscribe, and believe me, you will not be disappointed. That being said, let's turn to the gameplay. So the first game we have is on map Swamp. Obviously we're the top tier. Fairly relatively good matchmaking, only 4 tier 10s per side, 1 artillery. So yeah, what we're gonna do here, as usual, if you guys watch my previous videos, I never take the 2-lane. I think it's the valley of death. Whoever makes it down to that alley usually dies. So I think the majority of team right now is doing the right thing, going west. So what we're gonna try... What are you doing, bro? Yeah, these guys. So sometimes, guys, if you're trying to get into position quickly and there are guys that cannot make their decision as to where they want to go, that's what happens. I mean, he kind of stalled me here. Maybe in this situation it worked out for me, because you guys are going to see what's going to happen. Basically, the Reds are going to start pushing from this side, which is quite unusual. In lower tier games I see this a lot, in higher tier games not so much. But I would assume accessing our side of the map from that area is not such a terrible idea. Actually, it's probably the best way to access our side of the map. I got spotted really quickly, so I scrambled behind a hill over here, because the last thing I want to do is get hit by artillery early in the game. So here I'm going to try to just take some shots at the guys that are crossing and trying to get to the hill in a B2 area. So the Waffle's trying to crossing, and he's gonna get completely annihilated. And yeah, Pig's already paying attention to me. Well, that's quite normal. I'm not surprised by that. They're looking for me every game, it seems like. So this is a good hiding spot though. You can see that little hill over here. I don't think he can get me behind here, so I'm just gonna chill here for a few minutes while I reload. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try to scope out the situation. Now, why do I love autoloaders? Because I'm not a... Believe it or not, guys, I'm not really a quick thinker. So when I'm in an autoloader and I'm reloading for about 30 seconds, it gives me time to think about the next move. Now here I'm gonna try to take some shots at this Panzer E100. So I have only one shell left here, so I'm gonna wait until I get a good opportunity to shoot. Once he turns slightly, he gives me the front drive wheel, and I take him out. So as I was saying, I'm not a really quick thinker in the game, so autoloaders allow me that time to think about my next move. What should I be doing next? How should I be engaging the enemy? And the mobility of these tanks, especially French tanks, basically gives you extra advantage, because you know you can move around the field, so you don't necessarily have to stay in one position. You could relocate to the other side of the map if needed, or you can stay and support your friendlies. So that's the advantage. I mean, you can basically bail out if you need to. Now here I'm looking for shots at this T-57. There are two tanks right in a little pocket over there in the middle. And I'm not sure if they're ID safe, but I don't see our ID shooting at them, so I have no idea what is going on there. I mean, they're right in the middle of the map. They should be punished right now, but no one's punishing them. Now, the reason why I'm waiting here is because they're nicely in this pocket, and when I get in the position when I want to shoot at them, I will expose myself. So I make that decision anyway. I come up here, my first shot misses because I didn't aim fully, and with AMX 50B I found that to be a problem. Now, as you can see, I am exposed. So then I realized there's a dead tank over here. I could use the corpse of a dead tank to hide behind, and maybe, you know, that will help me a little bit. Then take my last shot at T-57. T-57's gonna bail now. He doesn't want to fight me at this point. I'm not sure. I guess it would have been 2-on-1. They could have taken me out here, so I'm not sure why he's bailing out. He's got a faster reload than me. But regardless, it looks like Patton is not paying attention to me, so I'm kind of scrambling here because, again, I'm in a bad position. Like, if I back out any further, people from a G line, they can get shots on me, so... But no one was shooting, luckily, so I come back here into this position, and I'm just gonna get rid of this button. So that will clear this side of the map for the most part, except you know, all the guys sitting in the E7 sector. Now, E7 is a quite nice position actually for the enemy, and when I play on the opposing flank, every once in a while I use that position as well to progress to this side of the field. So now I decided to, I'm reloading, I decided to come to this area here. I see there's a waffle still in B9 sector, so the idea here was maybe because I have mobility and there's some heavy tanks, slow tanks on our team, I thought maybe I'll just come up the hill over there and get rid of him. But then this Batchat, smart player, I mean, he gave us fits the whole game, and basically he was cruising through the middle and trying to poke hole through our defenses. And on this map, this is what you should be aware of, guys. The middle section there is quite dangerous. If there is no one protecting the middle the way I'm sitting here right now, the enemy can easily infiltrate through there and you know, get side and back shots to us, to the guys. Usually there are some guys sitting, you know, in E4 or D4 area, somewhere over there, and where our other tanks are right now. So here I decided to come back and chase him, or at least protect this area here. So what I was thinking is I was just gonna poke here over that that little hill over here and see if there's anybody. If I'm spotted, if I would be spotted, I would back out. But because I'm not spotted, I'm thinking, that presents a nice opportunity for me to go in and try to get rid of that heavy tank there. But saying that, guys, I have actually made a mistake, because before making this move, I have 3 shots left. I should have probably reloaded so that I could ensure that I take him out. But you guys will see what happens here. So I come quickly behind him here. I was thinking I could take him out with 3 shells, but it's not going to be enough. And he is left with a sliver of health while I take a shot from the middle there. Somebody found shooting lane and put shell into my side. Their artillery splashes me, luckily not kill me. So here now I'm in a pretty bad position because I'm in the middle. The heavy tank is still there. Artillery is hunting me. The guys that are sitting on that ridge over there, they're hunting me. And I just got spotted, and I don't know by whom. And later you guys will see what happened here. But so I'm moving back and forth. I'm not sure who's spotting me. That's the reason. And I don't want to get hit, so by artillery specifically. And here I got really, really lucky. So 103 poked out. I thought my teammates were engaging him, that he wouldn't be able to turn around, but he did turn around and he put a shot into me. And here I'm spotted again. And yeah. So it was the bat shot. It was the bat shot that took me out. His camo basically so good that I could not detect him. He was sitting in H 6, I believe, somewhere over there. So yeah, I don't know if at the end of the day that was the best move for me. I could have possibly came to the G6 area there, so that way the guys on the H line wouldn't have shots on me. Or you can see the butt shot here now. That's where he was sitting. Now he gets spotted, so his camo was really, really good. But maybe if I came up that hill at G6 and I took my shots at WM 103 from there, maybe that would have been a safer position for me. But I had a feeling that our team is gonna stumble, and I felt like at that time I needed to make a move. I needed to make something happen, and that's why I basically went in, all in, with the hope that I can survive. But I got focused, and yeah, it happens. And now we're left with 2 slow tanks and artillery, and they have 2 fast tanks and artillery. So I was pretty sure at this point that this game is a loss. And you guys will see what happens, because you know they have an autoloader and STRV. There's no way our 2 slow tank destroyers can take on these 2 tanks. So this guy's gonna get taken out first, and yeah, there's nothing he could do, absolutely nothing he could do. Bachat's gonna take him out. And one thing they could have done is maybe stuck closer together. If the 2 tank destroyers would have been closer together, at least they could protect one another, but in this situation it's not possible. And here Bachat is on a reload, so I'm pinging the Artie. What are you doing? Take out the Bachat. Take him out. And he was sitting in one position basically. He could be easily one-shotted here. But I don't know, I guess artillery missed. I don't know who Artie was shooting at, but... So now it's just a matter of time. I mean, this Yak Panzer is left, but... There's not much he could do. I mean, on such map, actually on any map in reality, speed tanks are more valuable at the end of the game than slow tanks, and that's a fact in this game. So now only artillery left, and this is the end. The game is pretty much over. Unfortunately, the piggy's running for his life. Run, piggy, run! Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, because this was a game that we could totally win. I mean, if I wasn't as aggressive in this situation, we maybe could have pulled this off. I could have also potentially went around the other side of the map, go through 3 lane and get over to H3 area and try to approach the enemy from there. Could have, would have, guys, that's the way it goes. I mean, you win some, you lose some. It's part of the game. Anyway, I thought this game was worth presenting because of distribution of the teams and how the Reds actually quickly pushed our side. And we basically had to defend right away from the beginning of the match, which was quite interesting. And you could see their number 3 platoon took over the game basically. So yep, that's the way it goes. Pretty good game for me, almost 5k damage. I'll see you guys in the next game. And the second game is on map Mountain Pass, one of my most favorite maps in the game. Again, matchmaking is not too bad, only 4 tier 10s on each side. Some tier 9s, some tier 8s, and even a tier 7 on the other team. T29, unfortunate for him. There is 1 artillery, so something to be worried about. Now, usually I pay attention to artillery on this map, guys. If there are like 3 artilleries, I try to stay away from B6 area, and also be careful when you come up to E3 area, because those areas are not already safe. So me being an autoloader and I see the whole team going one way, I'm looking at distribution of the team and I try to go to the weak area with the autoloader. First of all, to hold that area from, you know, from Reds coming through, and second, provide support, because I do have quite a bit of DPM with this tank. So one AMX 50B could be considered as 2 tanks, basically, right? If you go to a weak area. So I do like this tank for the fact that you can basically sneak through the backlines by yourself and have enough firepower to take people out one-on-one, which is absolutely fantastic, right? Here I'm gonna try to look for the shots, so I'm just gonna poke out. Now keep in mind there's artillery probably pointing this way. So I track this guy. That's exactly what you want to do with autoloaders, but he repairs quickly enough. So you can see me backing up here, and that's artillery safe move. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm trying to lose my sixth sense. I don't want artillery to pay attention to me. So I backed out, and I'm going back in here. I'm going to try to re-engage this Chrysler. But again, like, there's no way I'm ever going to penetrate his top plate. I was actually hoping I could hit his side over there, but he hid behind the hill. So here I keep on moving around again. That's all already safe maneuvers, guys. I always keep that in mind. When you become a more experienced player, you find positions on the map, first, that are already safe, and second, always stay on the move so that artillery does not have an easy target. If you just stay in one spot, you're a very easy target for artillery. So, you know, it's just the one word of advice that I can give you. So here I'm close to reloading at this point, and I see this Martian and T10. I basically tell him, yeah, let's attack. I'm ready to fire. Let's do this. I don't see big opposition here. I think with my auto-loading abilities, we should be able to take these guys out fairly quickly. So I'm going to try to engage this Chrysler. First shot goes into the side, but it doesn't penetrate for whatever reason. Maybe the angle was too steep, but here I basically shoot at his bottom plate. And all of a sudden the E5 shows up. I didn't know he was there. I don't think any of my teammates knew he was there. So I've unloaded my clip. It was a good clip. So I'm backing out here. Unfortunately, I back into my friendly. So I'll let him through. So I'm still on the reload. And here I was kind of worried that the E5 player is quite capable, so I basically told the Martian, just kind of stop, don't go, I'm reloading, wait for me to reload. But it looks like for whatever reason the E5 is shooting HE. I don't understand how he can be shooting HE. Guys, don't shoot HE in E5, okay? Don't do that, just shoot your regular ammo and engage and try to hit weak spots. I mean, that's not the way to play that tank. So I'm gonna cruise around here, take out the T29, and when I reload I just hide behind the wreck of this Chrysler so that T29 can shoot at me. Very quickly we cleaned up this flank. As you can see, AMX 50B is great in those situations, especially the cleanup situations on the flank. But even though we cleaned up this flank and we, you know, we have a free pass to their base right now, it looks like the other side is completely falling. So one of my friendlies tells me to drop, but I didn't think that was such a good idea. I thought it would be a better option to go around the hill and engage those heavy tanks on the other side and put them in a crossfire situation. We still have a tank destroyer and a heavy tank in the F7 area. So that's what I was planning to support at this time. Yet I do see that the other flank has completely fallen, and the other the Reds can basically encroach our base fairly quickly. So the idea was I changed my mind at this point and decided to cap, so to kind of put a cap pressure. But in the meantime, we find this T30 sitting AFK, so free damage. Why not? I'll take it. So here, yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna try to cap to, again, try to draw the opposition here, so that they know they're here, so that they see that there's two of us capping, so they will be forced to turn back and try to defend. In the meantime, the artillery was here, and I didn't realize that until he took a shot. yeah, I changed my mind, decided to take out the artillery. I can't let him sit here and just us sitting on cap. He could basically spot us and shoot at us. I don't know, I just thought I needed to take him out, but he didn't want any part of me. He decided to fall to my body motion, so be it. So here I'm gonna climb up on the top to see if anybody's coming back to defend the base, and indeed, WZ-120, first shot goes right into him, and second shot misses, goes into the track, and that's gonna hurt me a bit because I have to poke out to shoot the third time, and something big puts a huge shot into me, and at this point I didn't know what the hell it was, but it turns out it was the T-110E4. Right in that dip over there. I think he had a shot at me, and yeah, from I don't know how far this is, it's got to be at least 400 meters. He put a shell into me. So here I'm going to reload again. The game is very close still, and our guys at F7 have fallen. The two heavy tanks are cruising this way right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my reload. I'm going to poke the hill over here to see if they're coming to defend the base, and I'm sure they will be. And if both of them go past where I am, you can safely slide down this hill over here the way I am doing it now, and make sure you turn here so you don't take no damage. And if you do that, you got their backs. And the first shell, unfortunately, T10 was killed before I shot, so he's dead. So my first shell goes to a dead wreck, but I put the remaining shells into that E5, and he's in pretty bad position right now because he's being shot up the ass, plus he's being engaged by a Martian. So I'm reloading right now, just waiting in a safe spot so I can take him out if I need to, in case Martian cannot take him out, but our buddy Martian takes him out. And all three guys are happy with the game, so I'm assuming all of us had a pretty decent game, correct? Let's wait and see. 5.6k damage for myself, almost 5.7 high caliber metal. Pretty decent game, although I put 3 shells to that AFK T30, so you know, it would have been a lower damage game. But regardless, it was a very close game, nicely contested. So I thought it was worth posting, and as I thought, the 3 guys that said good game, they actually did have good game, although Motion a little bit low damage because, you know, before he actually got to the action, there was nothing else to shoot at, pretty much. That's the problem with slow tanks, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I would like to give shout out to Gotta Dingy and Clone Guy 72. I encourage you guys to go and check out their channels. Both links are in the description below. Happy tanking. Until next time, Space Bandit checking out.